the holy grail of the Nintendo Entertainment System. Heck, possibly the holy grail of gaming, period. Believed by many to be the rarest game on their beloved NES. Well, actually, that's not correct, as the rarest official released game is Stadium Events. But anyway. Just owning a Nintendo World Championship Cart without a shadow of a doubt will give you the ultimate bragging rights, and rightly so. But why? Well, let me explain. The Nintendo World Championships is exactly what it says on the tin. Well, okay, it's not the World Championships per se, but it was a competition back in 1990 headed by Nintendo and was part of the Power Fest 1990, a sort of mini expo ran by Nintendo, completely about Nintendo. At the event, which is where the Nintendo World Championships started off, contestants competed playing shorter cut games, sort of like a time trial. The competition had 3 age groups competing, 11 and below, 12 to 17, and finally 18 and above, touring 29 cities across America.
I'm here with Jeff Hansen, the champion. Okay, well, how does it feel?
It feels great.
It feels great. Everyone feels great. I feel great being here. Well, thanks a lot, man. You are the champion. High five. Yes.
If you was a runner-up, you got a Nintendo Power Pad and a Game Boy. But if you won first place in any of the competitions, you got... Nope, not yet. You got $250 and a trip for 2 to the World Finals to go here. Okay, so this is what's here now. But back on December 7th to December 9th, 1990, this exact spot was where they held the Nintendo World Championships. So what games are actually on this thing? You got Super Mario Brothers, then there's Rad Racer, and finally Tetris. 3 games all rolled into one 6-minute and 21-second long gameplay session. And if you win here, you got this. Runners up got this. And finally Nintendo Power Magazine gave away the gold ones in the competition. So how many of these carts actually exist? Well, firstly there's speculations that it goes into the hundreds. But for the sake of this video, let's just say that there was 90 of these and 26 of these. That's right, only 26 copies of this game exist in the whole world. And some of those 26 have never been found since. Probably sitting in someone's attic, or worse, binned. Meaning that this, and to be fair this, are extremely rare. And although maybe not the rarest games in the world, are without a doubt the most widely known sought after collectibles in the entire gaming world, period. And here are just a few eBay listings that have gone in the past where people have gone absolutely ballistic trying to get these things. Yep, the Nintendo World Championship Cart is quite rare. I think we can all agree with that one. And unless you have some serious money in your back pocket, let's face it, there's little to no hope in ever getting one of these, let alone both. So come on, what's this video about? Surely it's not possible to get an official World Championship Cart for $50, right? In fact, it's surely impossible. Yep, well, actually it's sorta true. You're not getting one now at that price, but back in about 1997, there was a guy that was able to get not 1, not 2, not 3, but 10 Nintendo World Championship cartridges, 7 gold and 3 grey, for an extremely lower rate than you would expect. And yep, one of those went for $50. This is the story of how Jason Wilson, aka Dream TR, did it. Any collector nowadays will tell you it's harder and harder to collect for the systems that you love. And as recently as about 3 or 4 years ago, I was still able to go to boot fairs, that's flea markets to my American buddies, and pick up things like Mega Drive, SNES, sometimes NES and sometimes Master System games for a few quid each. Now you'll be lucky enough to see one Dreamcast game. Heck, nowadays you'll be lucky enough to find a PlayStation 2 game that isn't a bloody FIFA game. Well, back in 1997, there was even fewer collectors. But collectors there were still, and Jason Wilson was one of them, and he was aiming for a full CIB, also known as a complete in-box collection of NES games. Spoiler alert, he did it. But with the internet not being as big as it is nowadays, he had to find new ways of getting these cartridges. So, whilst working at Tips and Tricks magazine, both Jason and Chris, Jason's boss, were brainstorming about how they planned to get them. He recently lost a Google News Group auction for a peeled label copy of the Grey Cart when suddenly, eureka! Nintendo Power. This is Nintendo's official magazine and it constantly covered the competition 7 years prior. Here it is. This magazine held the key, the names of every winner, runner-up and the state that they lived in. And what do you do with this information? Well, there's nothing left to do. You just ring them up directly, hope they don't know what they have in their hands, and buy as many as possible. And yep, you guessed it, this is exactly what he did. And one of those games, like I said, went for $50. In an interview with Jason, he explains that out of 7 gold Nintendo World Championship cartridges, the least he ever paid was obviously $50, and the most he ever paid was $1,877. He did actually state, "The person I got it from for $50 called me and gave me that offer since I'd been asking about it from him when he found it for months." Just imagine that! It's 1997, 7 years after the event where you won a weird NES game with less than 5% of a real game on it. You're likely at university now, so you need the money. And there's no real way of knowing what these dusty old carts are actually worth due to the internet's early days of reporting this sort of stuff. Would you have sold it? If you was in Jason's shoes, would you have done the same thing? Let's discuss this in the comments. Well, Jason did it, and he was finally able to get hold of 10 cartridges. He sold 8, and although he will not go into detail into how much he actually sold them for, pretty much all those carts that you see on eBay going for tens of thousands of pounds have all at one point gone through Jason Wilson's hands. Jason now owns probably one of the most ridiculous video game libraries known to man. Not only does he have a complete in-box NES collection including both Gold and Grey Cart, but he also boasts over 18,000 different unique releases for all systems and also over 500 arcade and pinball machines. He owns many game stores called Game Galaxy, and although many of the rarest items have passed through his hands, such as things like Legend of Zelda prototype, the Nintendo Campus Challenge cart, and the only known copy of Sock the Cat in the world, there are just 2 things that he's held on very closely to this day, and he's never letting go. His grey and gold Nintendo World Championship cartridge. So like I said, I was able to get a very short but quite eye-opening Facebook instant message interview with Jason. And if you want to read that, then click the link in the description. And if you want to see Dream TR's personal library of pictures, then click the other link in the description. The Nintendo World Championship Cart, easily the most sought after gaming piece in all of gaming. And although Jason was able to get hold of 10 of these bad boys, let's not forget, there are still some unfound Nintendo World Champ carts still out there. Good luck! Hey there guys, thanks for watching my video. Firstly I want to give a massive shout out to Dream TR, who really helped me out making this video. And like I said, check the description to check out his personal collection. Anyway, if you want to see a couple more of my videos, Nintendo related, then at the top left you've got my top 100 Club Nintendo rewards video. Club Nintendo is now over, but these are the top 100 rewards that you was able to get from the service when it was active. Up in the middle we have 100 facts about Mario. Hopefully there's a few in there that you don't know. And finally, top right, you've got the Zombies Ate My Neighbours trilogy. Not a real trilogy per se, but, well, I'll let you watch the video to find out more. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you click on that lovely subscribe button. Come and check me out on Facebook and Twitter by searching for Slopes Game Room. And if you want to see videos like this a little bit early, see sneak previews and some exclusive content, then consider checking me out over on Patreon by clicking on that lovely P shape right in the middle of the screen. But for now, this is DJ Slope signing out. I've got a couple more Nintendo videos coming up, so make sure you keep an eye out for those. And hopefully, I'll see you all next time.